guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a ball python care video for you. I do apologize for the late delay in upload. I was supposed to upload this like around Monday, but then I held it off till Wednesday, and then I got sick, and I got a new car, which I'll feature in tomorrow's vlog, because since that long delay of a video, I am going to put a vlog up tomorrow, so hope you guys will enjoy that. Alright, ball python care video. A couple of you have asked me a ton of questions on ball python, so I thought I'd just make a video just to give you guys a brief, when I first looked up how to care for these guys, when I first got interested in buying one, everyone said how difficult they are and how they can be hard with humidity and stuff, but honestly I had no problem with that whatsoever. We'll go over that in just a second. First of all, let's talk about the size. Males will get 2 to 3 feet, females will get 3 to 5 feet. So if you want a bigger snake, go with a female, which can be a little bit more pricey because they are in more high demand if you're breeding and stuff. So yeah, but males, 2 to 3 feet. So if you want a smaller kind of snake, these are beginner snakes. These are my favorite, personally, beginner snakes. They're more docile than a corn snake. Corn snakes move all over the place. A little babies like this big, they're moving everywhere, it's a pain in my opinion. But ball pythons, even as babies, are very chill, they're slow moving, so if you want to watch a movie or something and chill with a snake, this is the snake to go with. I watch movies with mine all the time, so yeah, it's kind of hard to do that with a corn snake when it's moving all over the place, but it's always between a corn snake and a ball python, in my opinion, ball python, so yeah. Ball pythons can live 50 to 20 years plus, so be expecting, a long ride with your ball python. As long as you're giving it the right proper care it needs, this dude will live a long, happy life with you. Alright, now let's talk about cage size for these guys. As babies, I keep them in a 10-gallon tank, or you can even keep them in a tub. Some people will choose a tub over a tank because, tubs are way easier to keep humidity up. So he wasn't that when I first got him, but then I switched him over to a tub like this. This has my tarantula in it now, this has my hognose in it. But I think he was in that exact tub when I first got him. Well, when I first got him, I had him in the tank, but then the tank wouldn't keep humidity well, so I put him in this. And the tubs keep humidity amazing. So if you have trouble with keeping up humidity, just switch to a tub. But as you can see here, I have a boa master cage. This is perfect. I just have a boa, and I just put him in here, and it's perfect for him. But as babies, 10-gallon tank. Some people say males can live a 20-gallon long the rest of their life. I like to give mine a little bit more room. I'm not sure on the exact dimensions of this, but it is a pretty big boa master, so he has plenty of room. But adults, if you're looking at tank size, 50 to 40-gallon minimum. I highly recommend a boa master cage because, in my opinion, they're amazing. Or some sort of cage that kind of has more protection over it. It's kind of more sealed, so it does keep up with humidity. Ball pythons prefer humidity levels of 50 to 60%. I was going to say degrees, and I was like, no. 50 to 60 degrees. You want to keep it in that range. Now, as an adult, if it drops in the 40s, it's okay. But as babies, you're going to want to keep that up as much as possible. Now, when they go into a shed, or you start seeing them get like really cloudy eyes, they're going into shed. So what I usually do whenever my ball pythons go into shed, or any of my snakes, is I'll put like a rock or a shell in there that has like a rough edge on it, and then I keep the humidity up really, really high. So these guys, give me a perfect shed. As you guys can see maybe up there on that wall, those are that's a ball python shed. Those are my boa sheds, but that's a complete shed, or the one beside it, that one is. You guys can't really see it that well, but yeah, so if you want a complete shed, keep the humidity up. You don't want any stuck shed because that can cause for problems later on. So yeah, keep that humidity up. And like I said, go with a tub if you can't keep the humidity up. Spray it maybe 1 or 2 times a day as a baby. But then in an adult, you can spray it, every other day or so. Just keep the humidity up. You should know when to do it. So basically all you're going to need in a cage, if you want a really nice cage setup, get a 40-gallon, put some for substrate, you can either use cypress mulch or paper towels or even newspapers. Those are my 3 favorite. Aspen, the wood chips can get moldy. I've seen it happen with mine. I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience. But yeah, cypress mulch, in my opinion, if you're going for a really nice looking cage, use that. But I use paper towel here. It's easy to clean, take in, take out. So a little cheaper too. And you can also use newspaper. I know a lot of breeders who use newspaper because it's cheaper. So yeah, that's for substrate, and those all keep humidity really well. So yeah, and then you're gonna want a water dish, a hide, and something to climb on if yours is interested. Usually ball pythons will just kind of stay chill. When I used to keep this guy in a 40-gallon, he would come out and, you know, look around at night every once in a while. So yeah, for heating these guys, if you have them in a tank, you could put overhead lighting if you wanted to. Just make sure it doesn't get too hot up there to where he can burn himself. You really do need a heat mat. And this Boa Master has a heat panel up there, so it does radiate heat down there, warms his belly. But you're going to want a heat mat to go underneath the ball python to keep, you know, the heat up under his thing, so under his hide, so he can, you know, digest his food properly. You do not want to, like, make him not digest, or he will possibly regurgitate, which that is disgusting. Regurgitation is basically when they just throw up their food. So yeah, let's talk about feeding now. For ball pythons, this is how you know what size food to use. So you get, first of all, let me get my ball python out for you guys, so you guys can see. You guys may have seen him in my reptile room videos, but you know, this video is all about him, so we need to pull him out. Just take off his lock there, open him up, and I can literally reach right in and grab him. He won't hurt me or anything. You know, this dude's perfect. As you can see here, he is pretty much full grown. You know, like I said, amazing snake. He won't bite me if I try to. You know, he probably will flinch because he is kind of scared, which, you know, could possibly be the case when you open the door and lift the hide and freaks him out. So that could happen. He could be a little freaked out. But yeah, so here he is. So basically, for feeding, you get your snake and you find the biggest part of his body. So for mine, it's right around this area. Now this is what's going to determine what size food to use. So you look at the mice or rats, whatever you want to use, and that size, find a rat that fits the biggest part of his body, and that's what he can digest. Now if it's a little bit bigger, because you're like in between sizes of rat or mice, that's okay. It can be a little bit bigger, but not much bigger, because that can be really harmful to the snake, and if he, you know, big meals to possibly regurgitate, which really hurts the snake a lot. So, you know, be careful with that. As babies, I'd feed pinkies or fuzzies. You know, those are the perfect ones to feed. And then as they get older, you know, up the size of the mouse. And then after mice, move to rats. And then, you know, you shouldn't have to go any higher than rats with these guys. Alright, now whether to choose between frozen or thawed. Now to choose, so now the question is, do I feed live or frozen? Feed frozen, guys. The thing with these guys sometimes is they can be a little picky when it comes to food. Like, babies may not eat for a while and they could possibly go off feed. So don't worry about it if they go off feed when they're babies, if you just recently got them. But if they start losing weight and not looking good and they're not feeding frozen, try to find a live one to see if maybe he will eat that. But do not start feeding him live just when you get him and he'll eat a frozen. I mean, it's just bad. Just don't feed live. Even though I have fed live before, not to him, but if you guys saw my feeding video, the only case for that was my friend actually bought the mice and, you know, wanted to feed it to my snakes, and they were going to die anyway, so we fed them, but it was, you know, I just do not prefer live, and it could hurt the snake too, like it could bite him or something like that, so be sure not to feed live unless you absolutely have to. As adults, they could go off feed for like a month or 2 months, depending. I wouldn't worry at all. That is very normal. This guy actually went off feed for like 2 months, and then he started eating again. He lost like a couple grams, you know, but nothing too much to worry about unless they start getting skinny. Then that's something to worry about, and maybe possibly take him to a vet and get that looked at. But like I said, don't worry if it won't eat. And as babies, you know, just don't worry about it until, you know, they don't eat. So if they don't eat 1 week, go 2 weeks, and if they eat that week, start feeding every week. So feed every single week, in my opinion. Some people will go every other week, but if you want, in my opinion, a healthy looking snake, I do every week. So, you know, get a little chart going. I feed my snakes on Sundays, so, you know, just get a little schedule going, maybe make a little chart. But yeah, so also a little question, where do you buy mice? You can buy them at the pet store for like $10 for like, I don't know, I know you can buy like 10 pinkies for, I don't remember the prices, but it is a little overpriced at pet stores. So if you want to, you know, get your money, buy offline. I prefer Lane Labs. I have ordered, that's where I get all my mice from. They even sell like all sorts of stuff. So yeah, if you want to buy in bulk, so it's a little bit cheaper in the long run, I'd recommend that route as well. So there's plenty of places you can get mice for these guys and rats. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up now. I've pretty much gone over every point. If you guys have any questions whatsoever or need any kind of help, please message me on my Reptile account on Instagram. Like I said, I do not read that many or respond to many YouTube comments because I don't want I get a lot of comments and don't want people to think favorites and whatnot. So, and I've answered like all these questions a couple times, and so it'd just be cool if you talk to me personally on our Reptile account. It's Reptile Lovers 98. I'll put the name in the description. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.